Hello, everybody, and welcome to another video. My name is Luis Aguilera Garcia, for those of you that are here for the first time. And here we talk about how you can get into software engineering. And today's video is actually going to be on what you need to focus on while you're learning. I'm making these series of videos for anybody that is interested in this career choice and to share my story about how I went through schooling and then ended up now I'm working as a software engineer. And I just want to be able to provide you with the best tools. A lot of these videos online that other people made were the ones that helped me get through everything. So I just want to do the same thing for y'all. So really, really quickly, I was called to make this video, but I'm in the middle of working, so I'm gonna try to keep it really short. Um, the first thing that it's coming to me is that for anybody that needs to hear this, it's it's always going to stay the same. And what I mean by that is that the way that you're doing your labs and your homework right now, that's exactly how the job is. You're going to be given a task, and then that task, you're going to have to go into the code and be able to implement it. So putting myself as if I was studying again, and saying, what would I tell myself if I was in those shoes? And then I know what I know now. And the answer that came to me was like, well, I would focus on being able to manipulate, like the bigger component pieces of the page. So for instance, mobile responsiveness is something that a lot of, well, in my experience, these boot camps don't really go in depth into. They kind of show you because they're more focused on JavaScript and the functions and showing you how to write the syntax. And that's super important. It's very important because that's where the majority of the errors come from, are from the syntax errors. But I wish somebody would have told me, Luis, like focus on the responsiveness, focus on the layout. I wish I would have learned Flex and Grid way sooner. When I started learning, I thought that CSS was just going to be boom, easy right out the bat. And I thought that the the way to structure the page was just going to come naturally for me. And I actually struggled a lot on manipulating items on the page. So the best thing that you can take away from this video is right now, I know it might seem like a lot, but while you're learning the syntax of your language that you're learning, start learning Flex, even if you don't know what it's going to do to you for you. Just getting yourself practicing it. Eventually, when you get to the point where you understand it, it's going to just be second nature for you. And it's going to be something that comes out of your mind. And you're going to be like, okay, so that little thing that I was doing the other day that I really didn't understand, now I know what it does, right? Because the work is mainly just they give you one page and they're like, okay, replicate this page. So start there. Start with the simplest pages that you can find and see if you can replicate them all by yourself. Yeah, you can use any online tools that you have been used to that are working for you, use them, but see how much of that page you can actually recreate by yourself. Once you start getting a little more into like, okay, now I'm getting the feel of the syntax. Now I know how to properly structure an HTML page, how to um, write a variable in const let, and don't use var by the way. Then once you know the basics, start building from those basics. Start building just a simple page where everything is centered. And then when it's centered, try to move the items over here. And then try to move them here. And then try to move them here. And then here. And then here. Once you're able to position things on the screen, you're gonna start to get it so much faster. So much faster. Because right now, the majority of the work is, all right, here's the Figma designs. Here's the desktop view. Here's the tablet view. And here's the mobile view. And they're all they say is implement it, but you have to implement it with existing code so that you don't, the point is to reuse, 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 reuse. Okay. So whenever you join a team, they're going to expect you to read the code, to understand what's going on in the project, and then to implement the new pages. So if you're wondering what it's going to consist of when you graduate, that's it. That's it. So go into the code once you understand it and practice shifting things on the screen. Get really good at reusing components. Get really good at looking at a page and saying, okay, this needs to be a component by itself. And then create the file with that component, export it, and then import it into the file where you're going to use it, and then use it. That way you keep everything separate. That's another thing that took me a while to understand is how to separate your items. Start shifting your mindset into like, okay, everything is just like a tool that I'm pulling and using it, pulling and using it, pulling and using it, and now we're building. Kind of like if you had Legos and you had files with like all the long Legos in one folder and then all the short Legos in the other one. But instead of having them all in the same file, it's gonna be too much. There's gonna be little Legos, short, long, wide, whatever. Like you're gonna get confused, and on top of that, it's gonna be too much for your brain to process. So what you do is you separate them, separate the big Legos over here from the little ones, and then whenever it's time to use a little Lego in whatever page you're building, bring it in, use it. Bring it in, use it. Once you start seeing the website like that, you're gonna be good. I know it's a lot to learn. I know it feels like the learning curve just never gets shorter, but keep going. Like I tell y'all, like I told y'all from day one, my channel is here to motivate you, to inspire you, to remind you that you can do it because I did it, and to give you permission to go all in. Sometimes we don't go all in because we don't believe that we can. We don't believe that it can happen for us, and because we just don't see where we're going. So, what I'm telling you is that start by trusting the process. Check out my other videos where I go into trusting the process, where I go into manifesting, using the law of attraction. When you know that you're being guided and you know that there's something higher right by your side, you can't fail unless you just give up one day. And you can't do that. If you really want a career in software engineering, you have to dig really, really deep as to why you're doing it, where you want to see yourself, and just, I'm never gonna stop telling you all this, the why. The why is so important. And this is for any career, right? If you don't know why you're doing it, you're gonna struggle. Those days where you just want to throw in the towel, they're gonna be very excruciating, and I don't want that for y'all. I want everything to be easy, simple, effortless. Now for me it is, but I struggled a lot as well. And I don't want other people to struggle, especially people that resonate with me, people that I consider are part of my tribe. I want to see us succeeding. I want to start getting messages, comments, everything that thanks to this channel, thanks to the motivation and the inspiration that I was able to provide y'all, that God source was able to give to me to give to y'all. That's what kept you going. And that's what helped you. And you're on the right path. This software engineering will change your life. It will change the way you think. It'll change the way you react. It'll change the way you see the world. You're gonna start seeing so many connections before that you never saw before. And you're gonna be able to walk into places and just be like, oh, that's built with code. That's built with code. Oh, you're gonna see a website and you'll be like, oh, they're using Material UI. Oh, they're using React. Oh, I recognize that template. And you're gonna start seeing how everything works. So that's about it for today. I need to get back to work. I'm sorry I didn't post the video yesterday. I did, but it was really late, and I'm slowly starting to share my experience into the law of attraction, manifestation, and personal development. That's going to be another playlist on my channel. Originally, I was going to do two different channels, but I was like, no, everything should just stay the same, like in one spot. So if you're interested in personal development, the law of attraction, manifesting, I'm gonna try to make those videos at nighttime, just because I want to stick to these on the regular schedule, which these videos I'm trying to upload right after my Scrum meetings in the morning. So if you have any questions, any concerns, if you're interested in software engineering, if you're interested in personal development, if you're starting to hear about the law of attraction, manifesting, reach out to me. I've spent many years studying all this stuff, and that's why I'm here. That's why God pushed me to start this channel, and I want to help you. So happy coding, keep going, and don't forget that failure is never an option. Never. Thank y'all so much for being here. Thank y'all for watching my videos, and I pray that you get everything that your heart wants.